Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lena if you guys are new, and I would love for you guys to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any of my upcoming pregnancy content. And I also make fashion and lifestyle videos, so I'd love to have you guys. I cannot believe I am sitting down to film my first trimester update, my first pregnancy, and I survived the first trimester, you guys. Wow. So I haven't actually announced that I am even pregnant at this point, so this video is going to go out a little bit later than when I'm filming it. Today I am 14 weeks, so I've been in the second trimester for about a week now, and let me just tell you, it is so much better. So we'll get to that at the end of this trimester. But yeah, I'm just going to fill you in on everything that I have experienced these past 3 months, like while it's fresh on my mind. If you guys want to know how we found out I was pregnant and like how long we were trying and like just the whole backstory behind this pregnancy, then I will link below my pregnancy announcement video where I just kind of do like a story time and tell you guys everything and fill you guys in. So without further ado, I'm gonna get into like just everything I experienced, symptoms, cravings, things that helped me, just everything from the first trimester. So I'm gonna try to go in like chronological order of like my first few weeks of pregnancy and just kind of like take you guys through the whole trimester. I found out I was pregnant at 4 weeks pregnant, literally the day after I missed my period. So I found out like right away. My first symptom was like really intense, deep pelvic cramps, and I usually get like really intense cramps whenever I'm about to start my period, so I thought it was just that. So basically that was my first symptom, and those kind of cramps, they got a little bit less intense, but I kind of cramped a little bit for the first couple of weeks, which kind of worried me a little bit, but everything that I read said that that was normal, so I just kind of, you know, went along with it, and they did get less and less, and they finally went away. Another symptom I had in the beginning, which was really weird for me, was this like just feeling in my really low pelvis, like tightening, or like I was trying to explain to Omar, it felt like someone like doing an Indian sunburn on your arm. It was like a burning, like pulling like type of feeling. It was so weird. The first week that I found out I was pregnant, I was just in absolute just like shock, and honestly to this day it just doesn't feel real at all, even though I've had all the symptoms. I have gone to the doctor at this point, seen the baby on a sonogram, and it just still does not feel real. At week 5, my symptoms kind of like diminished, like everything just kind of went away, which really freaked me out. One of the symptoms of having a miscarriage is just kind of like your pregnancy symptoms kind of going away, and like I wasn't nauseous at that point, I wasn't like feeling anything, I just felt normal. And so I'm like, I have taken like 3 pregnancy tests, like probably 4 at that point, that were all positive, and I just like wasn't feeling anything at week 5. So I was just like freaking out. Everyone that I talked to, my mom, my mother-in-law, they were like, just wait, Lena, just enjoy this time before it gets bad. And they were so right. Literally the day that I hit 6 weeks, I woke up and I was like so queasy. So I was nauseous from about week 6 until week 11. Those weeks were extremely hard. In the beginning, I wasn't like actually throwing up. I was just gagging a lot. Like just throughout my day, I would just be like just gagging. Omar and my sisters just like got so used to me. They're like, oh yeah, she does that now. Then towards like the end of those weeks, probably around like 8, 9, 10, I was actually throwing up. Thankfully, it was not all day. It was mostly just like when I would wake up first thing in the morning, and so I would try to have like crackers at my bedside and like just something to put in my stomach. But like in my experience, that just did not help me. The worst experience with nausea and throwing up that I had is I was driving home from somewhere at night, and I actually got so nauseous that I started throwing up while I was driving. I grabbed this cracker box that was in my car, thankfully, and I like just started throwing up in this cracker box while I was driving. It was so dangerous. I just like, I couldn't pull over. Like there was nothing that I could do except for just keep driving. So yeah, that was fun. But I don't want this video to be all about me complaining about being nauseous, because honestly, you guys, like it was really hard while I was going through it, but I know there are so many people who have it way worse than me, and I'm so thankful. It wasn't to the point where I like lost my appetite. To the contrary, my appetite actually increased so much during the first trimester. Like normally I'm the type of person that like forgets to eat. I'm not very good at feeding myself normally, but like during the first trimester, like as soon as I found out I was pregnant, my appetite was just like through the roof. The main things that I craved were like salty, spicy, sour things. So like my first craving was biryani. I remember just like laying in bed after I woke up that morning, and I was like, I need biryani. Like it was just like so strong. My parents actually made it for me that night and it was so good. But just like food would just taste so good. One thing that actually did help my nausea is ginger ale, and I think it was because this specific ginger ale that I got, it had a like high concentration of ginger. Just like anything with like really good fresh ginger really helped my nausea. I got these like ginger lozenges to help with nausea and they did nothing because I could even like taste it. It just did not taste like it had enough ginger in it to do anything. Those never helped me, but ginger ale was really, really good. You just have to make sure, like if you're looking for ginger ale, you have to make sure it actually has ginger in it, because sometimes a lot of times they actually don't contain ginger. One thing that I love during my first trimester is just making a big thing of water with ice and lime or lemon. That was just the most refreshing thing. This is the water bottle that I have been using. I will link this down below. Got this on Amazon. It is the Camelback Eddy water bottle, and I love that it's 1 liter, so you can really keep track of how much water intake you are drinking throughout the day, because it's really important to drink a lot of water when you're pregnant, and I try to drink at least 2 to 3 of these a day. I'm trying to get better to get closer to 3. I love this straw, you guys. So it is one of those that's like a non-spill straw. I literally just treat this as my bottle. Another symptom of mine was just like extreme fatigue and just like laying in bed and just being able to like lay down while I'm just like drinking my water was just the most convenient thing ever. If I would like wake up in the middle of the night and I would like need water, I could just like grab it while I'm still laying down and just like drink it. So I also wanted to share with you guys the prenatal gummy vitamins that I've been taking. I have been taking these since like 2 to 3 months before I got actually pregnant. I really liked these. One time though, I had Omar try them. I was like, here, like if I have to take these, like you at least try it. And he gagged and I was like, what the heck? Omar is not a picky eater. He never thinks things are disgusting or anything like that. I don't know if it was just like the idea of taking a prenatal vitamin, but they're really not bad. I think he was being like way overly dramatic. They're a berry flavor. And they don't really taste bad to me. These are the My Kind Organics whole food gummies. So they're made with like whole organic fruits and vegetables, and that's how you get your vitamins, and they're just like a really good quality brand. So I really like these. Fast forward to week 7. That's the week that I had to travel all week in Colorado. We went to the Streamy Awards and I vlogged that trip, and you guys, the vlog, if you go back and watch it, I'm just like seriously like sitting in the room, not doing anything, like just so sick, so exhausted, don't want to be there. We had already booked this trip, and we booked a ski trip of all places, literally right before I find out that I'm pregnant, and I did not want to ski. Like, I've never skied before, so I knew that I was going to fall, and I just did not want to take any risks with me being so early on in pregnancy, so I just stayed in the room. Oh, another funny story about that trip is that the only thing that I was really looking forward to, since I wasn't going to be able to ski, is going to the spa and getting a massage. So I got to the spa at the resort, and I was filling out paperwork, and they were asking me like if I'm pregnant and like which trimester, da da da. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm actually pregnant. Oh, I'm in my first trimester. And I was just like so excited. I don't know, I just wanted to tell anyone. And then I get up to the front desk to hand it to them, and they were like, oh, I'm so sorry. We don't actually do massages on ladies in their first trimester. I'm so sorry. Like there's really nothing else available right now. And I was like, I was so upset that I went to the room, I cried, and I ordered a pizza to the room, and I ate the whole thing, and then I took a nap. Omar was skiing at the time. I didn't want him to not be able to ski, so he went skiing, and I was supposed to go to the spa, and anyways, that was like a fail. That was my 7th week, and I was just so glad to be back from that trip, you guys. I wanted to tell you guys so bad, like, why I was sick, because I did tell you guys that I was sick, but it was just way too early. My symptoms started getting better around week 11, and that is the week that we actually booked our trip to the Maldives. Looking back, I may have booked the Maldives trip like a little bit closer to the 2nd trimester, so I wouldn't have been like so exhausted, but it really wasn't that bad, and I'm so glad we did it. That was our baby moon. A lot of you guys actually guessed it. They were like, Maldives, that's pretty big, there has to be like something special. And yeah, we just decided to do our baby moon then, because we knew that Omar was gonna have like class during the semester and stuff, so we wanted to get that trip done before he started school, and it was so much fun, and I really wasn't sick during the trip, which was amazing. However, the day we got back from the trip, I threw up literally the day we got back, and then that was the last time that I threw up or got nauseous or anything. So yeah, I would say week 12 on, I have been like really good. So for the past 2 weeks, I have been like feeling like literally back to normal. It's been crazy. Like I feel like the appetite has gone back down to normal. The cravings have subsided. My like nausea is gone. I just feel like myself. I did start noticing a tiny little bump around week 10. So this is like before we went to the Maldives, and like when you're pregnant, you get really bloated. Like that was definitely a symptom that I had. I was so bloated. I looked like I had a bump from the beginning, but week 10 is whenever I was like, but no, like I really think like this is the baby, because I would wake up and like when your stomach is like at its flattest in the morning, I still had like something there, and I'm like, Omar, look at my stomach. Like he's so sick of me like trying to show him this non-existent belly that I have. Yeah, but now I do have a tiny little something. I will show you guys in just a second my bump. Don't know why I forgot to mention this earlier, because this is probably the most exciting part ever. I'll talk about my ultrasounds that I got. So Omar's sister is a sonographer, Mara. She's literally the best because she sneaks us in to get ultrasounds of this baby. So I have seen the baby literally at this point probably 4 times, which is crazy. Okay, so the first time we went in to have our first sonogram with Omar's sister, she snuck us in at 5 weeks, you guys. You cannot see a baby usually at 5 weeks. All that we could see is a little sac. It's just like a little circle. She took pictures of it. She's like, oh my God, your sac. And then me and Omar were so happy. We were just like, oh my God, we have a sac. Actually, let me get the pictures. So here is the sonogram, the first ever sonogram that we did, and you can literally just see a little black spot in the middle of my uterus. I don't know if you can even see that, but that is the amniotic sac. And we were just so excited to just see something there. Then this is at, how many weeks am I? 7 weeks, 5 days. So you can see a baby in the little sac, and we were just like so excited. This is the part where I literally started crying and we heard the heartbeat for the first time. I started crying on the way home. Like I think while we were in the room like listening, like I was just like in shock. But then once we got in the car and I started looking at the pictures, I just started like tearing up because it just started feeling a little bit more real. I actually filmed that, so I will insert a little clip of that in this video. Look at it, you can see it moving.
Oh my God.
Absolutely no, you're dead.
You can see arms and legs.
You can see, I told you.
And ears.
Oh, okay, you can't see.
Okay, yeah, look.
Okay, this is the head on one. Head,
Oh, wait, what?
body, arms, and there's a little tail.
Oh, I thought this was the head.
Heart? You see the little heart here?
Oh, I see, okay.
Did you see it wiggle though?
Yeah.
I didn't really see it. There you go.
I
Did you see
felt
that?
it
It
moving.
jumped. Oh, wow. Oh my God.
A lot of movement.
It is, yeah. I told you you'd be able to see that. Is the head that one? No,
No, it's on the
Oh
other
my
side,
God, it
yeah.
looks like it. Funny.
Because of the way he's angled, or
This
she.
way. He always calls it a he.
Accident.
It does look like the head's right here. That's so weird.
Because the legs are tilted. I mean,
Okay, I want to hear the heartbeat.
yeah.
Strong.
It's fast.
See what we're measuring.
Sound that fast somewhere.
160,
170.
170.
Oh wow, it's a girl.
It's a girl.
But this, you guys, is crazy. So this is at 11 weeks, 1 day. This is the best one because you can literally see an outline of a baby. It's crazy how fast they grow. That's my baby, mashallah. I'm so excited. At 11 weeks, with that last ultrasound that you saw, that was my first OB appointment. I picked out my doctor. If you guys didn't already know, I was a labor and delivery nurse for about 4 years. So I worked with every single doctor at the clinic that I go to. So I know them like so well. So I picked out my doctor and I'm so happy with her. She is the sweetest doctor, and I loved working with her, and she makes me feel so comfortable, and I just know that she'll make the best decisions for me and my baby. Yeah, it was just so cool because like now that I don't work there anymore, like coming back and like seeing her, and now that I'm pregnant, she was like, when I saw your name, she was just like freaking out. She was so happy for me. She was so sweet. And yeah, it's gonna be really strange, like going into labor and going back to where I used to work and just being in the patient's shoes. It's gonna be strange. I wonder who's gonna be my nurse. Honestly, I would trust any of the nurses there. I loved working with all of them. That is gonna be a little bit different, but I feel like I'm going into this knowing a little bit more about labor, obviously, and just having a much better idea of what all the possibilities are. I think that experience is just making me a lot more of an open-minded person and just know that I'm gonna get an epidural. That is the main thing. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to show you guys my bump real quick at 14 weeks. From the front, you can't really tell anything, I don't think. But from the side, you can kind of see where I'm starting to get a little baby bump. It's crazy. So this is me at 14 weeks. I really do feel like this is real this time. Like it doesn't feel like bloat. It's kind of like firm. It's crazy. Oh my gosh. It's crazy too that a lot of you guys are noticing, especially when I do my Instagram story try on hauls. Like the other day I was trying to show you guys jeans from the side and I got so many messages, are you pregnant? Which I really don't understand those people, because like if you're not pregnant then that's really offensive. But yeah, just be very like considerate of other people's, you know, feelings. Don't ever ask someone if they're pregnant. But yeah, that's the bump. So at our first OB appointment, we asked the doctor if we could get the genetic testing, blood test done so we could find out the gender early. So we do know the gender. I'm so excited to announce and share with you guys very soon. Leave your guesses down below after I've shared with you guys all my symptoms and everything that I've been through. Let me know what you guys think that we're having. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so excited to bring you guys along the rest of this journey, inshallah. Please subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss any more of my upcoming content, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.